Still off air. Hey guys, it's Elizabeth, and I have a special surprise guest with me.
Hi guys.
Does anybody remember her? It's been a while since you've seen her.
A really long time.
Who is this for you?
I don't know. I forgot. It's been a while. I haven't made a YouTube video in a minute. I'm Gracie. No one's stopping me but me is my YouTube channel, and it's been
a minute.
A really long time.
And our guest tonight is Aubrey in Wonderland. Aubrey.
Hi, everybody.
We're so excited to have her on. She also has not made a video in a minute because not everybody makes 12 videos a week like me. But Aubrey, just really quickly, do you want to give your weight loss stats?
Sure. I had Roux-en-Y gastric bypass in March of this year, 2016. And so that's been about 8 months ago. My heaviest was 288, and I had surgery at 255 pounds. And today I'm 70.
Awesome.
So yeah, I'm only 10 pounds away from my goal, and I've been stuck at that 170.2, and I haven't gotten down into the 160s yet, but I'm looking forward to it. So I'm very close.
So, and you're not even, what is that? Like, how many months is that? 8?
8.
8 months.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let me tell you guys who's watching on chat. We have Spring Bishop. Hi, Spring. And Al VSG is here. And Christy Lou, Roux-en-Y, and M. Lewis, and Shauna Elliott, and Terry Thrive. I love how active the that the YouTube has switched. I'm slow today. I'm sorry. Kirk was here. Kirk was here yesterday. It was a long, early day.
It's been fun watching people with their live questions and stuff like that. It's been really
I really enjoy it. It's the one. Well, I think there's a lot that I like better about this new format of Google Hangouts, but that's the main one. So let me do community celebrations really quick, and let me try to remember and then send our condolences to Christian and Jim Haney. Christian's father passed away this weekend. So thinking about you guys and sending you love. And also Jamie, who I cannot remember her YouTube name. Was it like Betty something? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Jamie, who lives here close to me, her mother-in-law also passed away this weekend. So I wanted to send our condolences to her and her husband, Pete. It was Tanya's 5-year surgiversary. And if you saw on Facebook the pictures she posted, did you see those, Aubrey?
She is doing so awesome.
She is amazing. And she had a picture from like her, I think, so surgery was in 2011. She had pictures at her lowest weight, which was in 2013. And then she has pictures now that it's like actually higher than her lowest weight, but her physique, her body looks so incredible. She is amazing.
I just love seeing people that are a couple of years out. It's so encouraging, because sometimes you feel like, you know, once you're out of that honeymoon stage, what's going to happen? And
right.
So awesome.
Yeah. And also it's Kirk's birthday tomorrow, his real birthday tomorrow. So I want to say happy birthday to Kirky. We had so much fun. He came in for like 5 minutes. I was like,
happy birthday.
Flew in Friday night, and then he flew out this morning at like the crack of dawn. But we had fun celebrating his birthday yesterday. It's Lindsay Broussard, who we know is watching. It's her surgiversary yesterday, and she posted a video. Kirk said he got to spend time with the ladies. So yes, he did. He got to spend time with all of us. Penny Dentenberg has 1 more pound to go to get in the 160s. One day I'll say that. After I have plastic surgery, maybe.
Really, Dale Cooper?
Oh, yeah. Dale Cooper always wants to be. That's his thing. Margaret Lewis says, hi, guys. She wants to know if anybody's heard of TOPS, which is a weight loss support group. I have heard of it through Sister Scaleback, Catherine Dodson. I know she's part of that. So, Margaret, that would be somebody to reach out to if you want information about that. Melissa Capps made it through her VSG surgery on 11/16/16. And Tina Watkins Goldworthy actually jogged last night for the first time in her life. And it felt not a big deal, but to me it is. Well,
huge deal.
Huge deal, like totally huge deal. Hold on, I need to find our chat. Where did it go? But I'm shouting myself out because I finished C to 5K yesterday.
Woohoo! That's awesome.
Which is practically more shocking to me than losing 200 pounds because I have started C to 5K. My son brought home C to 5K to me on a piece of paper when he was like 10. And really, even after I lost weight.
Jody said, at least he's not breastfeeding.
Okay, this is your job. You read the comments. Okay. Yeah, Dale Cooper isn't breastfeeding, but
I'm only going to read the funny comments, you guys, so make them funny.
but Dale Cooper displayed that he was like a very typical man this afternoon. Hold her hand, and he ran away screaming, but then tried to put I completed C to 5K. That was a huge accomplishment for me. And I think I've run a 5K every day for the last 5 years, right? Yeah.
Because that's normal.
Because that's update on what's going on with you and how your week was. And
my week was good. I just have been living and busy and working 2 jobs and moved across the country, and you know, life's just been crazy. Unfortunately, I haven't had as much time for YouTube as I would like, but I hope maybe one day I'll clear my phone and make
you're pretty close to
make a YouTube video again
today. And how was your week, Aubrey?
It was good. My week was crazy too. Things might be, well, I don't know. Things are kind of ramping up at work, but I did finally get my new assistant in place. So now we're training.
So you had somebody who you like lost her with like no notice, right?
Yes, I had an assistant who suddenly started going through some health things, and while I'm very understanding of that, it's just a lot of work for one person. So finally ended up just having to hire someone. And you know, with training, it always gets worse before it gets better, because you got to get someone in there, get them all trained, and so take a break from your stuff too. But it'll, you know, we'll get there. But that's why I've been MIA.
So tell us just a little bit about your general set. So you're in the Pacific Northwest, right?
Yeah, I live in Central Oregon, in Bend, and I've been here about 15 years. I love it. It's gorgeous here.
And did you grow up in Southern California, or you just have family who lives here?
I lived there in the Riverside area till I was about 11. And my parents just didn't really love the area. They loved Oregon, and my dad was out of work. So we migrated up to Oregon, and we've been there ever since. So.
And you are married and you have kids, yes?
Oh, okay. So I should keep going.
We want to know all of
I've been married for 17 years.
Wow.
And we were high school sweethearts. We started dating our junior year in high school. And we have 3 kids, and they are 10, 12, and 14, and they're all boys.
Well, that's one plus.
So, yeah. And we both work full time. They're all in school full time. So Isaiah and I both work full time. And so it's a crazy time.
How have all your children and the husband handled your weight loss, and what do they say, especially being in a house full of men?
Yeah, it's been great. You know, when I told my husband I was going to have weight loss surgery, it was more of a statement than a discussion or a question. It was like, this is the conclusion I've come to, and this is what I really want. And of course, you know, without having all the information that I had, he was afraid and wasn't really quite sure what to expect. So once I, you know, shared with him all of the, you know, everything I had learned about it, he felt a lot more comfortable with it. He went to the information thing with me, and it was, you know, it was a little bit scary at first. Like, I don't know, this person that you're married to is going to completely change. You don't know what to expect. And I felt I understood that from his perspective, because I think so many times people kind of think, well, this is about me. And while it is, it's a huge change for them too.
Right.
So he kind of had to catch up really quick, while I had been like mulling this around all this time, and finally just blurted it out, he kind of had to like wrap his mind around it too, which is fair, you know. So, and then the kids have been great about it. They've been so supportive. I did tell them when I had decided to have surgery, hey, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to lose weight. And my youngest, who is 10 now, he says, so are you going to have the surgery and then you'll be like skinny?
Yeah,
That's what my son said too. Are you going to come home?
Yeah. And I'm like, no, buddy, I wish. That's not how it works. But, and now just the other day he came in, he gave me a big hug, and I think his arms fit around me better than they ever have before. And he just said, oh my gosh, Mom, you're getting so skinny. And then he stops and he says, I like it. So, you know, just kids being kids, they understand only what we share with them, but they're so supportive. They're so great. It's been really good.
So did you struggle with weight your entire life, or was this something that happened to you like later in life?
Well, I look back at pictures and I don't see a fat kid. I don't see, you know, the chubby kid I always thought I was. But I was never really one of the little girls, you know. The dress-up dresses never fit me quite as good as they fit the other kids. And but it was about my senior year in high school when I really started to pack on a lot of weight. And couple reasons. One was because I moved away from home. My mom wasn't cooking, you know, good wholesome meals for me anymore. I was eating all fast food. I was working at a pizza and burger joint. I quit dance. And so all these things put together, and then I was focused on dating, which is going out to eat all the time, going out to movies all the time. You know, we weren't super active as a couple. So all of those things combined, I gained probably 75% of my excess weight just in that 1 year.
Wow.
My senior year in high school. Yeah. Having 3 kids, I've got the 3 kids and I had them in 4 years. So it was like boom, boom, boom. And so, you know, you gain a little bit with each one. And
right.
So
you don't really recover in between if you're having them that quickly. Right.
Right. Yeah. So I think I was about 225 when I got married in 99. And then by the time you know, like 10 years later, I was up to 288 and held at that weight for quite a while. So.
And did you try other?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I did. I did Weight Watchers, which I was pretty successful with. Well, okay, one big event in my life also that caused a lot of weight gain was I broke my leg when I was about 20. And it was not just your typical broken leg. I was actually I could not even set my leg down for 6 months. It had to be completely suspended and up. So I was wheelchair for 6 months. And so that really caused me to, you know, I wasn't maintaining anymore, I was gaining. So I joined Weight Watchers at that time because that was something that I felt that I could do that was food-based, not necessarily exercise-based, even though you should be exercising when you're on it. Mm-hmm. That I couldn't control that at that point. But so yeah, I did try Weight Watchers. I remember even in high school, my mom and I doing the cabbage soup diet. I tried the Dr. Phil method. I mean, just you name it, I've tried it. The only thing I ever really had significant success with was Metafast. And that was, but I say significant, I lost like.
Is Metafast like Optifast where it's a liquid diet? Is Metafast like Optifast?
No, Metafast, I don't know if you've heard, it's like the Take Shape for Life Metafast program. It's bars and shakes. And then you eat a lean and green meal for dinner.
Can I just ask, just because you have what, 4 other men in the house, can you make sure nobody's streaming anything right now, because we're getting some reports that it's a little choppy? Just that nobody's movies in your house.
Yeah, I can do that. Can you hold on a second?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk to Gracie.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, Gracie, what's new?
Oh, you know, living in maintenance, hanging out with you today.
And what did we eat today? We ate all really good and healthy food today.
Mm-hmm. did. We didn't eat very much today. We probably should have eaten more.
Well, I'll speak for myself. I had fried chicken and biscuits with gravy and champagne. So.
I mean, it's mimosa day for you.
And mimosas. And half of a chili mocha, which we waited in the Starbucks line for like ever. And then they forgot to put the whipped cream on it. Yeah, I know you guys may be getting locked up. I asked Aubrey to go check and make sure nobody was streaming in her house. Okay, and she's back.
Okay.
Hey, I should have
Hopefully we're okay after this. Sorry.
Okay, no, that's okay. I should have told you that before. I'm sorry. So MetaFast, you said you had success on that. And what did that success look like in terms of pounds and the amount of time you kept it off?
You know, I lost about 35 or 40 pounds just in the first month. And then I did keep it off for a little while, but I didn't go any further than that. And, you know, I had 120 to lose.
Right.
So it really wasn't significant enough that I could stick with it. Plus it was like $350 a month just for my food. So it, you know, I just couldn't keep going with it.
Okay, Tina VSG, and this just like blows me away, but somebody has no idea who Gracie is.
That's okay.
Gracie, no one stopping me but me, is sort of a legend in the YouTube community.
I don't know about that. Mess.
So I will, when I post this video, I'll put a link to her. Do you still have a YouTube channel?
I have a YouTube channel, but it
doesn't have any videos on it. Okay, well, so sorry, but she's amazing.
Oh my gosh, everybody knows Gracie.
I know. No, Tina, it's fine. It's totally fine. But she had Roux-en-Y gastric bypass, what, like 2 years ago?
Yeah, just a little over. Me and Melly had it. If you know who Melly May is, then I'm in a lot of her videos on her channel. So
yeah,
those
so
are the only videos of me on YouTube anymore. What's on Melly's channel?
Now this one, and you were on Naked Truth once too.
Oh yeah, I was on Naked Truth.
Yeah, and she had you had plastics what, a year ago,
mm-hmm.
And she looks amazing and is beautiful and is all the things. Is a mom. She is 31 years old. She's younger than my stepkids.
But I'm really like 55.
She is.
So.
And she's she just got it. Yeah, we have to shout you out. You had some great news. You got your nurse practitioner license this week.
Did, yes.
Yeah.
Yay.
And she has 3 kids.
A lot of hard work.
Yeah, she did that. She has 3 kids. She works 2 jobs, and she looks like this. At the end of the day, we just laid on the couch and had chicken. So anyway, okay. So Tina, that's who Gracie is. Okay.
She doesn't know who Melly is. And
you don't know who? Oh, Tina, you have some videos.
She must be new to YouTube, huh?
Tina, are you new to YouTube? You guys like fill Tina in on all the videos that she needs to watch.
What, are you new?
You have so much fun ahead of you. It's like, now, do you ever feel like you have been on another planet forever and you discovered that like Breaking Bad is a series and you have all the seasons to watch? That's what Tina has in front of her with YouTube.
Yeah.
Melly May.
With all of us.
So anyway, back to Aubrey. So what was it that finally then got you to the decision to have weight loss surgery? And I'm sorry, I have to turn this fan off.
Oh,
it's really hot.
You guys, we're weight loss patients, right?
It's so hot.
She's freezing all the time, and she has fans on and air conditioners, and I had to sleep with 4 blankets last night.
Monica just said your hair should have.
That's good. That's good. It really should.
Okay, so what finally got you to
take your bariatric vitamins, and you can have big, messy hair.
My hair is pretty big, and I do not take my bariatric.
Take your vitamins, damn it. Everyone get on Liz's channel and flood her with that she needs to take her vitamins because she does not.
That is important.
It is.
Oh, well, okay. So to answer your question, my mom passed away in 2013, and she wasn't obese when she passed away, but she was most of her adult life. And because of that and a couple other things put together, she had stroke and diabetes and heart disease. And those things were real eye openers for me because those are all things that I would be looking at if I continued in my obesity. And it was probably about 6 days before she passed away that we had a conversation, and she didn't bring it up, I did. And I just said, Mom, I just want you to know that I'm taking you seriously, what you have to say about me getting healthy. I've taken it to heart, and I'm going to do something. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to do something. Well, it still took me about 2 years, and I still didn't know what I was going to do. But you know, you keep trying all the time. And then I got to the point where I had one kind of, I call it an event, where my family and I went hiking. And that's something that we like to do a lot living in Central Oregon. It is gorgeous here, and just you can go 30 minutes in any direction and be at just an amazing hiking spot. And we can do that with our kids for free. It gets them out of the house, all this stuff. But I hated going because I just couldn't do it. So we went on this half-mile hike, but it was like straight up half a mile. And the whole time we're going down, because it was down first and then you hike back up, I'm going, oh my gosh, how am I going to get back up this hill? And so when it's time to go back up, I just put one foot in front of the other and was like, the people on The Biggest Loser can do it. I can do this. I'm just going to push through. Well, I got to the top and I literally almost passed out. I was having some kind of an asthmatic event, or, you know, something was happening. And that was like a huge wake up call for me. I just cried all the way home. I was so embarrassed. I was so like, this is now affecting me. It's
right.
Not just in theory, like, you know, oh, I don't like the way I look, or I don't, you know, it was like actually stuff was happening now. And so that was my huge wake up call. And it was from that moment on that I was like on a mission. I was going to find something that would help me get this behind me. And then not long after that, it was like a month later that I discovered that the insurance that I was on actually covered the surgery 100%. And so I literally went through this entire process paying $0.
Wow, that's
so
amazing. Did you say you had RNY?
It is amazing. I did.
You did.
Yeah.
So what did you pick RNY over VSG?
Yeah, I did that because I had a hiatal hernia and I had a history of acid reflux. And so my doctor said that he suggested that I go with the RNY because of those reasons. And also knowing that I had this, you know, this insurance that was going to cover it 100%, I did not want to risk going with the VSG and then later wanting to convert to the Roux-en-Y, maybe if it didn't work for me, or if I had acid reflux problems or ulcer problems. So I just wanted like
go straight
the
to
surest
yeah.
things.
Yeah.
So that's why Roux-en-Y.
And I just want to let people know, just because I thought this was an interesting article, and it's one of the first like this, which I posted on my Facebook page. And if you aren't Facebook friends with me, I'll put that in the description box below so you can become friends with me. But there was an article last week in like a medical research article that I think was the first study of VSG patients over a period of time, 750 VSG patients over 2.5 years. And I was really shocked at how great the results were. So I just want to throw that in for Team VSG. Mm-hmm. That the percentage of weight loss over 2.5 years was comparable to RNY. So.
Yeah. Well, I think, you know, if I hadn't have been directly steered towards Roux-en-Y by my doctor saying that this really is what I think is best for you, I really wanted a VSG.
Yeah.
That's what I would have gone for if it wasn't for those two factors. Because I mean, I think it is a really great option.
Are you going to WLSFA in Portland?
I am. I'm only about 3 hours from Portland. So, and I don't know if you guys know, CJ and Shrink and I live in the same town.
Yeah, she was on the show 2 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah. So, we have talked about going. I don't know if we'll, you know, go over together or whatever, but definitely don't want to miss it because it's so close to me. And I've never been to any of the things, you know, any of the what is happening over there.
It's your phone.
You're so popular.
You can go get it.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Are you going to Portland?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll be there.
I will most likely be there as well. It will be fun. You guys should come.
Yeah, I'm excited to meet everybody, and being that it's so close to me, it's like I can't not go.
So who have you met other people in the community other than Jane?
You know, just Jane.
You could have met me, but
I could have met you. I know. We came down into your neighborhood in July, but my dad was getting married, and
I
it
understand.
was just such a crazy thing.
I am
So.
just VSG Jody says she can't wait to meet you in person. So what was your pre-op plan like?
Yeah, I was so fortunate. I did have to do, actually, I shouldn't say that. It was kind of hard. I had to do a 6-month pre-op program. And so I had to go in and meet with the dietitian and my surgeon once a month for 6 months. And the way it's set up, and a lot of you have probably experienced this, if you miss your appointment or your doctor has to cancel for some reason and you're not there within that 30 days, you have to start your 6 months over.
Oh, from the beginning?
So it was a lot. Yes. It had to be 6 continuous months of recorded weight help or whatever. So it was really stringent. So yes, I did do my full 6 months, and then I had to do the psych evaluation and all that. And then I also had, my doctor had a requirement that I had to lose, I think, 5% during that, but I had 6 months to do it. Right. But it took me that full 6 months. 6 months, I think I lost 17 pounds in my pre-op program. And it was so hard to lose 17 pounds.
You have some really good videos from that, because you were making videos then, right? And I remember some videos, even though I was for the post-op, I thought there were some really good videos for pre-oppers to watch in terms of the kind of the struggles you were having with that.
What made you start making YouTube videos?
Well, I found YouTube. I think I was just kind of Googling. I think I found it on Pinterest. Somebody had posted their videos on Pinterest, and I came across them when I was researching the surgery. And so I started watching them, and then, from there you kind of get turned on to other people. The very first person I ever watched was Sarah Nerd in Oregon. And it's so funny. And you know what? She's not even the person I found on Pinterest, but she's the first person that I followed her story. And it's so funny because her and I are from the same little hometown in Oregon. And I didn't realize that until way later.
And we should give her a shout out too, because she got elected to her local city council during the elections. So that was nice. The more positive things happened a few weeks ago.
Yeah, so that's probably that same little town I'm talking about. So my dad lived there until April, but anyway, so that was kind of a funny coincidence. But yeah, and I was so inspired by those videos and watching you guys go through step by step, that I thought that is really neat. I love sharing that. I love, I would love to share that too. So decided to go ahead and do it, and it helped me so much. It helped, it didn't just help other people. I don't know if it helped other people, but it really helped me.
Yeah.
Really valuable.
Post for those of you who because I try to on the show get people who are newer out, other than just the people that I know and I grew up with, because I think there's a different, I grew up with, even though I'm older than you, I grew up with you. You know what I mean?
I do.
But I realize that a lot of people who watch when we have someone who's newer on may not know these people. So I will also post Sarah Nerd in Oregon's link in the description box, because she has some great videos and I really enjoyed hers in the beginning as well.
Yeah.
So you go into surgery not really knowing what it's going to be like. I mean, I had afternoon surgery, so I didn't have to be there until noon. And I remember taking a shower that morning and thinking, oh my God, everything I love to eat, I will never be able to eat again. What is my life going to be like after this? So what were your thoughts like that beforehand, and how did they sort of jive with what the reality of it is?
Yeah. I really felt like I did a lot of research and I was really prepared. In fact, that whole 6 months prior to my surgery, I was seeing a psychologist who specialized in weight loss surgery patients.
Oh,
And so, which I felt like was so valuable. And that was a part of why I did my videos too. I tried to share what I was learning in those meetings. But so I felt super prepared, and my surgery was actually first thing in the morning. I was first case. So I had to be there like at 5:30 in the morning, and thank God, because I didn't have time to get cold feet or get scared. I still was excited and all that. So it wasn't until a couple of weeks after the surgery that I started going, oh my goodness, what have I done?
Videos like that. Yeah.
So what's been
Because
you struggled with, like your one thing that's harder than you expected it to be?
now or immediately after?
All of it.
Both. Yeah.
All of it.
All the things.
The thing that I'm finding hardest now is accepting my body, even after all this weight is gone. Looking down and seeing the lumps and the bumps and the sags and everything else, my 6 month ago self would straight up slap my current self right in the face because, right? Because, here I am so close to my weight loss goal, but I still see these like, oh, I can't wear this shirt. It shows that lump on my stomach, or, oh, I can't, and I still am kind of seeing this person. I feel like I'm in a funhouse mirror or something, because I don't see what I thought I would see,
Right.
So I didn't accept my body then, and I'm having trouble accepting my body now. And it's all just this metamorphosis, kind of getting used to the current state of things all the time.
Doing plastics at any point? Is that something you want to do, or have you thought about it yet?
I would like to do that. It is on my list of things to do. But so are, braces in college for 3 kids. And,
Right.
so like my husband and I were just talking about it, and it's so funny because he brings it up and he's like, can I even talk about this? Like that
Right.
whole safety
Yeah.
thing. Like, and I'm like, no, let's talk about it. It's fine, and he just wants me to be happy. He's like, you've done all this. You've worked so hard. You deserve to have a body that you're happy with.
Right.
And so, which I love. I didn't know how he was going to feel about that,
Right.
pre-surgery. And I just love it that he's so, with me on that. But, if I had money just sitting in the bank waiting to go do it, I'd go do it. Absolutely. But as far as when, I don't know.
Lindsay, first of all, wait, who said it? Monica, Sleeved After 60, said that she's inspired by you. So I wanted to tell you that.
Oh, thank you.
And Lindsay, I think, told everybody who's watching to post on chat if you make YouTube videos so we can all subscribe to you, which I think is a great suggestion. So we can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So what was your hardest thing immediately post-op?
The hardest thing was, I think the liquid and the purees, just cutting off all food. I'd really tried to mentally prepare myself and to separate my emotions from my eating. And post-op, it became so completely clear that I was still very, very attached to food emotionally. So breaking that emotional tie to food was the hardest part. And I think it just, right after surgery, it's like this big axe comes down, like, no matter how much you always wanted to separate yourself emotionally from food before, now whether you want to or not, you've got to make that separation.
We were just talking about that last night. She had a meme that said, what was that? What did that meme say that you were saying?
Oh,
can you lose weight by running away from your feelings? It's like when you use food as a way to stuff down your feelings for your whole life, and then all of a sudden you can't, you're going to be you're going to be a little raw and emotional and vulnerable, and that's not easy always.
Yeah. And I found myself, I was much more.
Exactly.
Yeah. And, I found myself when I was faced with things, emotional things, that I just had a tougher time coping with them because, man, I was using food,
Yeah, I don't even think
really was.
I mean, I knew it in my head that obviously I was 400 pounds. I was using food for something other than nutrition. Duh. But until you don't have that option anymore and you hit a time where that's where you would go to just do that and you can't, I mean, it's not easy.
Yeah, it was a lot more prevalent in my life than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Do any of your kids have weight issues, or does your husband have weight issues?
My husband does not. He's pretty healthy. I don't know. He'd like to lose about 15 pounds, but that's it. I do have a child that I'm starting to see might kind of struggle with that at some point in the future, but I don't know for sure. And that's what's hard. It's like I went through it where my mom would say things to me, and as much as she was just trying to help and be a good mom, they were horrifying, like to have your parent even hint at something, So now that I'm looking at that, I'm like looking right down the barrel at that, I'm kind of going, gosh, do I say anything? Do I say, hey, have a box of Cheez-Its, you're going to have an issue if or what do you do? I don't know. That's
how does
kind
your
of where I'm at
this year compare to what you did last Thanksgiving?
Can I just say, you are so good. Can you come every Sunday
I
and do
know,
this
I
with me? You're
do it all
like
the
a
time.
natural. Okay, sorry, I interrupted.
Only it pays.
Are you asking?
Yeah.
Are you asking about Thanksgiving?
Mm-hmm. Like last Thanksgiving, you hadn't had surgery yet, right? So how does this Thanksgiving compare to your last Thanksgiving?
Yeah. So last Thanksgiving, I was I was finishing up the last couple months of my 6-month thing, and I had to lose weight in order to get approved for surgery. So I just tried really hard to stick with protein first, then the veggies. And then it was so funny. I do remember this. We were at Thanksgiving with my husband's sister and her family. And I put my turkey on my plate. I put everything on my plate. And then mashed potatoes, I put a spot of mashed potatoes like the size of a quarter on my plate. And he leans over and he goes, "What are you doing?" Like, just what is wrong with you? I was like, I just want
almost, right?
Yeah, and it was good practice. I just want to taste of mashed potatoes. I'm gonna fill up on turkey. I'm gonna fill up on green beans, but I didn't have a roll. I didn't have mashed potatoes. But you know what? After my surgery, I thought of all those little moments that I gave up food and I could have had it. Man, I should have had that croissant roll.
Yeah. This sort of ties into what you were just talking about, but SJ, what time is it in Saudi Arabia right now? You're usually not
SJ.
in the chat. So SJ wants to know if you are in the moderation or avoidance camp.
I'm in the moderation camp for sure. I do have to be careful as far as, because moderation sometimes can turn into compromise. Yeah. And then compromise turns into bad decisions. So I definitely have to watch myself on that. But yeah, I'll have a cookie. Yeah. I'll eat like my son made.
Oh my gosh. Why are you up at 4:30 in the morning? That is dedication to YouTube right there.
That's right. SJ, it's 4:30 in the morning and she's watching us.
Wow.
Uh-oh. Did we lose Aubrey?
I think we did. No,
there you are.
Did for a second.
Okay, you're back.
I'm back.
I was just saying, SJ is watching, and it's 4:30 in the morning there, so she must love you, Aubrey. Just saying. And Tina's VSG chat says you're a beautiful woman, Aubrey, and you've done so well.
Thank you.
It's just fun. I just think this is funny. SJ said she loves Aubrey, so she woke up to poop. Okay, wait, SJ, I need to know. I just scrolled by Facebook, and it said something about camel pee in your hair. Baby oil is one thing. Camel pee in my hair is something different. Oh, and Tina VSG woke up to poop too. I guess this is.
Jody said from the toilet with SJ. I love
it. Nice.
But Lindsay Broussard said something funny. She said last Thanksgiving she was still on liquids, but had to pretend to eat because her mom didn't want her dad to know that she had surgery in Mexico.
Oh my goodness.
So what is your, and Al posted an emoji of poop. Okay. Anyway, we digress. What is your best NSV so far?
Oh, you know what? My husband and I just like 2 days ago, I got on his back, piggyback ride, and he ran through the house.
Aw.
That sounds really
And I've never been able to do that before. Never, ever. So that was awesome. But on a more humorous note, I was just thinking about this in NSV. I never realized was I used to have the craziest urgency to pee all the time. And I think it was all that weight on my bladder, like all the extra fat in there and stuff, because now my body telling me when I need to go pee is not nearly the same as it used to be.
Mine is.
Weird NSV, right?
No, that's a good one because Kirk is here. And Kirk, if you just logged on, we shouted you out for your birthday and how much fun we had with you last night. And I wish you would have stayed longer because today you would have had fun. We had chicken and biscuits and champagne, and Gracie tried on sparkly dresses, and we had Starbucks, and we watched Nicholas Sparks movies. So you should have been here. But anyway. M. Lewis, who I think is Margaret, right? Is that right? Tell me, I think I'm right. Did anyone else pre-op worry about looking aged after surgery? I absolutely did, but yeah, I find that when I look at, I feel like I look way younger. And then
and I feel like I look way older.
Really?
I do, yeah, because I have bags under my eyes now that I never had before weight loss surgery.
Yeah, I'm noticing I have these lines, like these, and I'm constantly looking at lines. I do worry about that, but I think the first year you kind of look a little more drawn and haggard, and then you kind of start to come out of that.
Well, I also think if you eat the protein, if you're getting your protein in and your water in, I know that was like I had a million reasons why I was talking myself out of getting weight loss surgery because I didn't think I deserved to do it. But part of them were, I would see people who you could go into a room and see somebody who had weight loss surgery a long time ago who didn't have like the proper advice on nutrition. And they look like a walk.
Yes.
You would know that's somebody who had weight loss surgery, and they would have thin hair, and they would have all these things. And I was so worried about that, and about sagging skin, and about losing my hair. And it's like, yeah, I lost my hair I think I'm fortunate, but really, in a lot of instances, if you really do your best, like maybe take your vitamins.
Just saying.
Just saying,
Liz.
And eat your protein. That you're not going to quite have those experiences, I don't think.
And you know what? I would trade a few wrinkles for all those pounds any day.
True, totally. Because
any day.
Botox. Oh, I guess Dale Cooper is photobombing again, Al said. Oh, that's interesting. SJ said she saw a doctor for eye filler. He said they don't do it till you're 12 or 18 months post-op because the eye fluid changes so much. Who knew? Huh. So how have two questions. Number one, I say this all the time, I feel so fortunate because in some ways, because I live by myself and I only have to worry about feeding me. How is it to have this big, huge family that you're responsible for feeding and staying on track?
Yeah, it can be difficult. For me, what really works is, we always would have a protein and a vegetable with every meal anyway. So, and then we'd have rice and biscuits and things like that. And I eat the protein and the vegetable, and I'm full by then anyway. So that works. The only thing is having things around the house that I shouldn't be eating.
Yeah, because I think I would eat.
Goldfish crackers. And I can't eat much ice cream without getting sick, but I'll take a bite.
Cheez-Its? I want Cheez-Its. How do you?
Yeah. It's hard. Yeah. It's hard. I try not to buy them, but usually the thing about being a mom is your kids eat all the good snacks before you can get to them. Right. So, like, if you buy something bad, it's gone anyway.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. Well, and you really have to stick up for yourself too. Like, you have to, not worry about making a special order or not worry about saying, no, we're not going to eat there because there's nothing I can eat there. We need to pick a different place. So you kind of have to be your own, even in your own little family, kind of have to be your own advocate leader.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Indira's here and she said she loves you. So
hi, Indira.
So how have you found that there's been a change in your professional environment as you've lost weight and how other people interact with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I work for a roofing company, and I run the front end. and all the office stuff.
Sorry.
And you know, roofers are not exactly the most couth guys out there. So I definitely notice a difference in how I'm looked at, how I'm treated, how I'm talked to in the office. And you know, it's fine because I just kind of demand respect no matter what, you know, as far as just being, you know, talked to certain ways. But overall, it's fine. My whole office kind of went through a health kick right at the same time that I had my surgery. So one of my coworkers, another manager there, he has lost like almost 100 pounds without surgery.
Wow.
Yeah, and then everybody's just like, you bring in a tray of cookies and you're like the enemy. Everybody's like, don't bring that crap in here. Yeah. So it's been good. That's been helpful.
I cannot with this cat.
Sorry, guys. Dale Cooper is trying to be friendly.
I had one guy come into work and he goes, so have you been working out or something? I said, yeah, I've lost some weight. He goes, yeah, you look better.
What do you respond to that with? It's like,
thank you.
My favorite one was when I had lost like 100 pounds and I had these work things where I will, Jesus Christ, Dale Cooper, where I would see like these colleagues like every 3 months. So I had probably lost 100 pounds because I probably, Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. And this guy comes up to me and is like, did you get your hair cut? I was like, yeah, 100 pounds of hair.
Yeah.
Right off my head. That's what happened. But yeah.
I had that too, where a colleague, a vendor from another company came in and said, have you changed your hair? What's different? You know? Yep, I did. I changed my hair. I did cut my hair. So
now, I can't remember, are you open about your surgery or not?
I go back and forth. Depends on the day.
But is there some part of your family, like your husband's family or some part of your family doesn't know?
Yeah, my husband's side of the family, his parents know and his sister knows, but other than that, like the extended people don't really know. Just because there's a couple doctors on that side of the family, and for that reason, they think they know everything, medically speaking. Not the doctors, the parents of the doctors think they know everything. And so I just don't even want to go there.
What about your friendships? Have you found that those have changed?
Yeah, unfortunately. I do have some friends who have just been the most awesome support system ever. Couldn't ask for more. I also have had some surprising turns in friendships where you can just room. You know, they're not saying, hey, I don't like this, I'm jealous of you, but they don't ask about your surgery. They don't ask how you're doing. They don't ask how much weight you've lost. They don't, you know, celebrate with you. And, you know, it's sad. It's hurtful.
It's tough. I don't know. I mean, sometimes I feel like because I'm a little over the top with my positivity and happiness, like on my regular ride with it. And sometimes I'm like, okay, I need to pull it back because yes, my life is way better than it was a couple of years ago, but not everybody else has had this kind of change. And it is probably a little annoying.
Too bad for them.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Right. Indira, and am I saying your name wrong? Because she said I said her stall. And since I've been in one for a year, I won't take that first, but do you guys want to take that?
I mean, I think with stalls, you just have to be patient as much as it sucks.
Yeah. And
if you're keep doing the right thing and you'll get there.
And if you're early out, which I think she is relatively, I think she's less than a year, right? I think.
Yeah, she had surgery just a couple weeks before me.
That's what I thought. So I think I think she had surgery on March 2nd because I think it was my birthday. I think I remember that. But if you're newly out, sometimes you need to play around and up your calories a little bit and maybe even add in a little bit more carbs if you're very strict protein and produce, because you just need to like jumpstart your body a little bit because it's getting used to this. And yeah, keep doing what you're doing. Drink your water. If you don't exercise.
I wish they could all see your cat right now.
My cat is insane. Indira. Okay, not Indira. Indira, I like the way that sounds though, because it's like Indira.
As I actually had a stall for a while where I was in those mid 180s for about a month, and I just kept going up and down, up and down. And then I really doubled down on my vitamins. I got really, really good about my vitamins. And man, that stall, I lost 10 pounds, like, bam.
Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Spring, I find this so funny. Spring just posted, I didn't even realize that my relationships were changing until some close family members told me I got meaner. I don't know, those of you who've met Spring Bishop, I can't imagine her being mean ever. So I don't know about that. What about, and this hour ago, I was sitting downstairs going, oh, I don't have the energy to do this and beyond and blah, blah, blah. And then it goes so fast. It's like almost over already.
Yeah.
But Lindsay says about the stall, keep your body guessing, which is what I would say too. I mean, you can't, if your body gets used to a certain thing, you really do have to try to, particularly I think in the beginning. I mean, now I've tried a million things and I think it just is what it is. But in the beginning, I really do think you need to keep your body guessing a little bit. So what about in terms of your marriage? Changes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a little bit rough at first. My husband is the most loving, supportive. He never made me feel any prettier 120 pounds ago than he does now. He makes me feel beautiful all the time. And so that's not an issue. For him, he really struggled with the idea of, I guess, jealousy. Mm-hmm. And it was just about, and we had a lot of very serious discussions about why he would feel that way. And I think it's just, we all have insecurities. And, I was talking to a really good girlfriend of mine, just saying, I don't understand why he would, think that, why he would be insecure about, or why he would be bringing this up. And she goes, gosh, how horrible for him that he would feel that way, and it really brought in a new perspective for me, like to see it from his side of things. How scary for him, to have this one
changing
who was, yeah, everything, and you can't always control those thought processes of, well, what if this happens or what if that happens? And so, it was tough. I said, you feeling that way makes me feel like you want me to be overweight so that I don't have other options, and therefore I'm
stuck with you.
Options. But yeah. And he's like, that's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, that's not how I feel at all. At all. So we kind of
now you've changed, because every one of us have heard that since we lost weight.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think the unknown is so much scarier than going through it step by step. If you can just keep your eyes on what's happening right here and deal with it as it comes, it's helpful. But we just kind of had to write it out and navigate that. And we were committed. You know what? We were gonna navigate this side by side. We weren't gonna do this. We were gonna go do this.
For new people just starting their process.
Advice for people as far as like relationship advice?
Just tips. I mean, just general. If you something you would have wanted to know before you had surgery, mm-hmm. that you know now.
That's a really hard one. Sorry, I'm super quick on my feet, but I think a great tip is establish your routine and what you will and won't do early, because right now, what I'm experiencing is I'm very, very busy in my life right now. And it would be so easy to get off track if I wasn't in such a routine. So like I've got where I don't have time to think about my meals. Great. I'm going to have some turkey and cheese. I'm going to have a lettuce wrap. So I know my go-tos that are within those boundaries. And that's helped me when things get busy.
Yeah, and that's the biggest tip I would give everybody too, is you really have to use this time early post-op to change your habits. Because if you don't change your habits, you're going to lose weight in the beginning, but you will
Mhm.
not keep it off, or you won't get to where you want to go, or whatever. I mean, this is your chance to change all of your habits. And so that's mine.
Yeah.
Anybody asked? You didn't ask me.
We care what you have.
And put off reintroducing those things as long as you can. Those things that you should stay away from, put it off, because you have a brand new baby tummy that you get to retrain from scratch. So don't introduce those things that got you so off track to begin with. You know, put that off. You know, there'll be time for that later.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I totally agree. Okay, so real quick, I just want to mention that Tina, VSG Chit Chat, says her husband is happy that her MS is more under control and her health is so much better, which is awesome, and that he's a beautiful man. I'm sure he is. Okay, so we're almost out of time. So Gracie's going to go, and can this just be the Gracie and Liz show now? Can you drive up here every Sunday? It's so much more fun with you. So she's going to ask you our inside the weight loss surgery questions.
So what is your favorite word?
My favorite word? Oh, I should have had one ahead of time. I don't have one. Epitome.
Epitome.
What's your least favorite?
Epitome. Yeah.
What's your least favorite word?
Vagina.
A what?
Vagina.
What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Humor. Humor. I love humor. I love a person with a sense of humor. I love what humor brings to our lives. I
What
just
turns you
love
off?
What?
What turns you off?
Oh. I don't like cursing.
Uh-oh.
What's your speaking of that? What's your favorite curse word?
I know. I don't have one.
Okay, none.
I don't have one. I'm a prude.
When you stub your toe, what do you say?
Ouch.
I seriously, I don't use bad language. I say, gosh darn it.
That counts.
Question. I'm not believing it here, Audrey. I don't believe that. Okay. What sound or noise do you love?
And let me just say I'm sorry now if you ever watch my videos.
What sound or noise do you love?
You know what? I love the cello. I know it's musically speaking, but I just love the cello. It's so calming.
What sound or noise do you hate?
Oh, a child screaming.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
I'd love to be a nurse.
It's a really great profession, just saying. What profession would you not do?
Oh, a CNA. Isn't that weird?
Well,
I
that's
know.
bad nurse parts, right?
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Well done.
Awesome. Well, Aubrey, thank you so much for doing this. I know you have been crazy busy, and I really appreciate you coming on and letting us get to know you a little bit better.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And Gracie, thank you for doing this. It has been so much fun. Any Sunday you want to drive 2 hours to come do this with me, I'm game.
Okay.
And we weren't going to have a show next week because it's Thanksgiving, but I had an opportunity to have somebody on who I think you guys might like to hear from. So we're going to do a show next week with Patty. Watch Patty Melt. She hasn't made a video in a long time, and she's getting ready to go have do some revisions to her plastic surgery in December. So we thought it would be a good time to hang out, and plus because she's Patty and we always have fun when hang out together. So next Sunday I will be here. It will just be Patty and I, but we'll be here hanging out with you guys, and I hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we will see you guys next Sunday.
Okay.
Bye, family.
Bye.